The Joe Rogan Experience.
That self-suppression creates a depression in any aspect, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you're trying to just like squeeze in, hold it in, whether it's an inspiration you have, whether it's like, hey, I want to go play this sport,
Right.
but I just never make time for it. That's self-suppression. Like, you have to make time for your natural inspiration to flow through you. And if you don't, I think that's what creates depression.
Well, it's very hard for people to get going, to just to actually do something. And I brought this up a million times, and I'll bring it up again, unfortunately. Stephen Pressfield has an amazing book called The War of Art. And it's about that suppression that you put on yourself, that weird, and he calls it resistance.
Yes.
And he talks about summoning the muse and deciding that you're a professional and show up every day. And I think it's the same with that. It's the same thing. It's like, it's hard to just get off the couch and put your shoes on. Like Goggins talks about it. He's like, I stare at those motherfuckers for half an hour sometimes. But he always puts them. I believe him.
You
he
think
doesn't
he stares
lie.
them for 30 minutes?
Yep, 100%. He doesn't lie. He's telling you the truth.
That's wild.
Yeah, because he brutalizes himself. It makes sense that he stares at them for 30 minutes, but he probably literally stares at them.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
He's just cussing them out.
And then he just puts them on.
You don't know me, son.
Exactly. Then he puts them on. So there's something there, you know?
There is. That resistance that Pressfield talks about, like, that's exactly what I'm talking about here, right?
Yeah, it's doing something to you.
Whether you're an athlete, whether you're a creative. I mean, I think it applies to everyone. Like, the resistance is whatever's holding you back from following your natural inspiration.
Well, I think a big part of that resistance is a fear of failure. There's a thing that hovers over people, that's fear of failure, and that actually it keeps you from just doing the things that you need to do to be successful. You get afraid.
Yes.
For whatever weird reason. It becomes a predominant fear in your head.
Broken code. There's so many reasons. Like, I'll give you an example. So I ran like a big fitness channel when I was trying to make it before I started working with cool clients who were like Sean Brady, and built a big fitness community. And I would see that, like, a mom who's not doing her exercise, and it's like, why don't you just do it? Just do it. Just get up. Just do it. You go down into her subconscious and find, oh, well, I believe that if I start working out, I won't have time to be the mom that I am right now, and then my kids will leave me. Completely irrational. But subconsciously, that's what exists down there. For so many people, they think they're going to lose out on something, and if they lose it, it's not worth it subconsciously than doing the thing that they're inspired to do.
But it's also sometimes people, their health is bad, and then unfortunately they're not eating correctly, and that's why their health is bad, and they have zero energy. And so the daunting task of doing something on top of working all day, it's almost like overwhelming to them.
Yeah.
And then if they have kids and they have a bunch of other, and then the option is get up at 6 a.m. Like, no, fuck
Well, that's
you.
the power of transmuting the energy. So just flipping the energy on it, right? To go from this is going to make me a worse mom to this can make me a better mom. And maybe that will give them enough juice to actually go do the workout.
Maybe. I mean, there's got to be something that you can do to trick yourself into having the energy to get started. But that's kind of what it is. It's like you have to trick yourself into getting started. And then when you get to an elite athlete level like Brady, it's got to be about making sure the process is airtight, right? It's got to be like really tuning it in, right? Like making sure it's finely tuned.
Yeah. Basically, fight week, I want his energy. I want him to be matter of fact about everything. Just matter of fact. Just neutral. Just sitting right here. You know the feeling you have in your heart where you're just like present? Mm-hmm. Just right there. Right there.
But how do you get there? Like, what's the way to get there?
So for him at that elite level, it's going down and it's clearing out anything that comes up during camp. It might be, and this isn't actually Sean, but like I work with a lot of other fighters, and for them, it would be, oh, I'm losing in some of my sparring sessions. And so their confidence is actually going down because of that. Mm. And so it's literally reprogramming that belief inside them. And this sounds woo-woo, but if you ever want, we'll do a session, you'll actually be able to feel it with me. And what happens is we transmute the energy to make them feel that it's okay to believe that even when they're losing in sparring, they're getting better. And so something just shifts inside of them. Instead of it creating a seed of doubt when they're like working on something, they're drilling something and they're not winning everything. Mm-hmm. Now it's, okay, I'm getting better. And it's just a feeling that shifts in them.
Well, that is reality, right? I mean, as long as they're not getting truly beat up.
Rationally, of course.
Sparring at a good place.
But that survival instinct, or that goes, I should be winning everything.
Yeah.
doesn't like that. And so sometimes we have to rewire those things. So that's what we're doing as we're going through camp, is like seeing what comes up, what's decreasing confidence, what are you dialed in everything. You know, I'm working with the other coaches as well and making sure, are they doing what you want them to do? And if they're not, well, what's going on here? And that's kind of my job.
So it has to have, it requires a very strong connection between you and the athlete.
Oh, deep. I would say that nobody knows any of my clients better than them, except for maybe their wives.
Better than you know them.
Yeah. It's an extreme intimacy, because I talk about something in the book called the core wound. So the worst thing that ever happened to you is the worst thing that ever happened to you. But some people have, you know, they might have witnessed a murder, or maybe they lost a parent when they were young, like something really bad. Another person might have been bullied when they're in the 4th grade and kicked out of a friend group. If we identify what that core wound is for them, that fundamentally hurts their confidence to this day, and we clear that out, we can exponentially increase just their confidence and their self-belief. But the only way we get there is they're telling me their deepest, darkest secret.
Right, but how do you clear it out once you...
There's just some of these techniques. There's something called like hypnosis, right? You can use it with hypnosis, NLP. They're all these mind techniques that you can utilize to clear the energy, which clears the emotion.
So NLP, that is like that Anthony Robbins stuff, right?
Neuro-linguistic
programming. That's what he does, right?
I think it's part of what he does. I don't know. I've never worked with him, but...
And did you go to school to learn neuro-linguistic programming?
No, I just studied with someone who taught it to me. Yeah, I just learned very well one-to-one. Just like that's how I learned.
I'm not totally familiar with it. How complicated is NLP? Because I know some people like really believe in it.
It's all perception, right? That's
what is it? Explain what it means by saying neuro-linguistic programming. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't even know I don't know how to explain neuro-linguistic programming, but I will just tell you what it is.
Okay.
Fundamentally, you're just playing with perception, right? So something's easy for me to get rid of is like the fear of flying. I had this baseball player this year I'm working with. Every time he gets on a flight, he starts freaking out. Unnecessary. So what do? We imagine him on the plane, and I have him visualize being on the plane and starting to get to that place of anxious. What are the thoughts? Oh, the plane's going to crash. He knows it's irrational, but why is he feeling this anyway? We have to go into it. Feel the emotion. Then I have him imagine, for example, a giant picture in his mind's eye. And this picture is holding him and all the anxiety and the worst case scenario happening. And then we, boom, get rid of the color in the picture. And then we imagine this picture becoming super tiny. And then we imagine it just disappearing. And then we put a new picture in there of him being able to fly, not crash, be able to do it all the time, and be successful.
That's it?
That's it.
What if it was 9/11 and he flew right into the tower right after you gave him that advice?
Well, that sucks.
How would you feel? Would that be it? You'd be like, I quit. I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, they sound like very simple techniques, but it's something you have to experience.
Yeah, but it would seem to me that it would be very difficult to get people to actually change their beliefs that easily. Like, the idea sounds solid, but
yeah.
The actual process of shifting how you view the world, depending upon the person, is like turning a battleship around.
Yeah, it is. It's heavy. I don't know. I mean, this is the stuff that goes beyond the rational mind. Like, if you were to experience it, you'd be like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But it's a emotional experience. I mean, there's some things we can't explain, right? Like, how do you explain going through the veil in a psychedelic experience? It's something that you can't really explain when you come back on the other side. It's that kind of thing where it's like, when you're in the experience, it's like, how is this supposed to be possible? I explain the techniques irrationally, be like, what are you talking about? Same thing if you have this immense psychedelic experience and you're passing through the veil and you're seeing all these things, having this experience of interconnecting this, and you try to come back and you tell someone who's never had a psychedelic experience, and be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, there's not enough words.
No.
No words work.
This stuff goes beyond language. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you can say, like, I saw a beautiful rose, and I'm like, oh, cool. I know what that looks like.
That's why exactly.
There's not enough words for a psychedelic experience.
So this work, that's why I put together the playbook. So I give people actual things that they can do, because I understand not everyone's going to work with me one-to-one and be able to experience this. But people can do these simple exercises. People can audit their life, and they can see some of the patterns of thinking. And just the awareness of seeing some of the patterns you're thinking, if you study enough, you might be able to change it. Right? We've all had bad habits. And sometimes it just gets to a point where, like, all right, I'm not doing that anymore.
So this neuro-linguistic programming, do you specifically design this kind of? So you do that as one of the things you do.
Yeah.
Do you specifically design different ones for different people that you work with? If you're going to work one-on-one with a client.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do before I go into any session. It's all
Just feel it out?
I just feel it in the present moment. I mean, you could think of it like I have all these tools I can use, and then I feel into what their issue is, and then I do my best with the tools I have to fix their issue. I'm just problem solving the moment.
Does it feel weird to do that as a career? I mean, that sounds like a crazy job. It feels like honestly, there's so much weight on your shoulders to try to help a person, like especially try to help an elite athlete. Like knowing what to say and how to get their mind tuned in right, and what to introduce, and whether or not this technique is effective. Am I doing this right?
I just don't think I surrender to something bigger than myself.